Hello, Steven.
Hey man, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
May I come in?
I don't see why not. You want anything to drink?
I smell coffee. You got coffee?
You smell coffee. It's probably because I made some.
Well, let's give that coffee a day in court then.
Take a seat right there. Give me a second.
It's a good cup of coffee. This ain't any of that cheap old great value stuff, is it?
No, it's not.
You know, my aunt, God rest her soul, she made coffee. And let me tell you, it was the worst coffee you would ever have the displeasure of tasting. It tasted like she soaked her dirty socks in it. Serious as a heart attack. To this day, I'm convinced it's the coffee that killed her.
Alright. How did you find me, and what are you doing here?
Well, straight to the point, that's one thing I always liked about you. To answer your first question, you're a hard man to find.
Is that so?
Yeah, took lots of poking around, seeing who knows what and who knows who. That eventually led me here.
And what's your second answer?
Can't an old friend just stop by and say hello?
You could have just called.
Call. That's no way to greet an old friend. You know, face to face is a true form of grace, and to be honest, things haven't been the easiest since you left.
Oh, so that's what this is about now. Me leaving?
We'll get there soon enough, but it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what do you do?
You know, nothing much. Just read, write.
Writing. Never thought of you as a man of many letters. So, from the sounds of it, you're through with your past line of work.
Yeah, all of that is behind me now, but how about you? Are you still in the business?
You know I am.
And how's that going for you?
Things could be better. They could always be better. And we're smaller now, but we're slowly growing. So, I've been thinking about this $1 million question. Why'd you leave? Come on, for old time's sake.
There comes a time, maybe it's when your body starts to ache, or those you called friends are now 6 feet under, or the fact that you're surprised you've even lived this long, that you just want to move on.
So basically, you got too old.
Way to sum it up, Steven.
I mean, that's basically what you said. But you were on top of the food chain. You were in charge, for Christ's sake. You know, you leaving felt like my dad leaving to go get cigarettes and never coming back. Again. I looked at you like a brother. You know, I knew you from when I was a little kid all the way until I was an adult, and I learned everything I ever knew from you. You remember that last job, don't you?
How could I forget? It was a bloodbath.
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was cold that morning, kind of cold it hurts. It was me, Jerry, Luke, and Marvin. You remember Marvin?
I do remember Marvin.
Marvin was a funny guy. Anyways, we're in the van, and dressed in that Alice, sweet Alice get up, the yellow jacket and the creepy mask. And we're locked and loaded and ready to go, and my heart starts beating fast, which is usual before a job, but it was beating faster than normal this time. We go in through the back, of course, and we tell everyone, I want to see everyone on the ground. I want to see kids on the floor. And the weird thing was, everyone was already on the floor. And, these 4 clowns are now with our loot. And, we're all really confused.
I was too. Especially when I found out one of those clowns was an ex-employee of mine.
Yeah, so we're standing there, confused as heck, and a shouting match begins. We're yelling at them to put their guns down, and they're yelling at us to put our guns down. In the back of my head, I'm panicking, man. I knew we weren't getting out of there without blood being spilled. Then I hear sirens, and the cops show up, and they're yelling at us to put our guns down. The whole situation's like a Mexican standoff. Us, them, and the cops. It's like a rubber band being pulled, it's gonna snap, you just don't know when. And they're screaming. Then bam! Someone's shot. I don't know who, but after that, it went all guns of the Navarone up in there. Blood everywhere. You'd be surprised how much blood is in a human body. You'd be surprised. A lot of men died that day. And to tell the truth, I'm surprised I made it out of there alive.
It was a shame what happened. We'd been planning the job for months, so how do you think I felt? It was a good job. Supposed to be a great job at that. It was supposed to go down nice and simple.
There's always that rumor that you set it up. Look, I'm not saying I believe the rumor. People talk. But
what?
Is it true?
No.
You have to admit, leaving at a time like that is pretty suspicious.
How was I supposed to stay after a bloodbath like that? I took that as a sign that our time was up. That event was the death rattle for us.
You should have stayed. We were like an army with no general to lead us. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Down the hall, first door on the right.
That one?
Yep.
Thanks. So what were we talking about?
Me? Leaving?
Oh yeah, you leaving. I once heard you say, once you're in this life, you're never really out of it.
That sounds like something I might have said.
Is that so? So you had nothing to do with the whole American Bake situation?
Nope.
You sure?
I'm as sure as God made little green apples.
I guess part of me always wanted to pack up, leave the life, like you did.
Well, guess what?
What?
Now you can. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You stupid piece of...
What? Me stupid? You're nothing but a mouse walking into a hawk's nest.
This isn't over, man. You think I'm the only one that knows where you are. There's a bounty on your head, and there's others coming to collect.
I've been out of the game for years now, and let me tell you, life was getting to be boring. So go ahead, let them come. Let them try and collect. The only thing they'll be collecting is death's cold hand. I'll be ready for them, just like I was ready for you. So go ahead, pick up that gun.